Thanks for jamming Autumn Leaves with me. I'd love to teach you some details about this tricky chord progression. My darling. All right, now this can be a tongue twister for the fingers. First, let's just talk about the chord progression. You know, you've heard this in songs like Michelle by the Beatles. You've also heard this in songs like Stairway to Heaven. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold. She's buying a stairway to heaven. Okay, the E minor chord, the top of the chord, these two notes are staying the same, but on the bottom, there's a descending bass line. It's descending one semitone at a time, one fret at a time. This is a gorgeous chord progression, and it's not so tricky. My technical tip for today would be to get comfortable with the concept of the pivot finger. Pivot finger is a finger that stays the same, all right? But don't leave it down because you're squeezing. Leave it down because it's very light. It's kind of like if you're ever playing basketball and you're just pivoting on one foot while you're dribbling. That foot needs to be very light, and so does the finger. Join me in this exercise. We're going to strum E minor. Maybe we'll break up the chord like that and then strum. Now, right now, lift off the pressure and lift these two fingers up. Right now, your index finger, it's touching, but it's not pushing down very hard. It's actually just resting. Then the next two fingers come in right here, and that's the second chord. Now, our pivot finger is going to become the ring finger. So lift up. Once again, everything is pivoting on that finger, but it's not squeezing. Now push down. That looks like a G major, but in this context, it's an E minor 7. And then finally, these two become the pivot. Lift up the pressure, just angle a little bit, and go like this. Now, I'm not only going slowly because I'm, unfolding a lot of details. I want you to understand the content of what I'm showing, but also to have an experience where you program relaxation into your practice. This is good for our music making. It's great for our fingers because they don't get stressed, our wrists don't hurt. It's also very good for the mind and the heart because your practice becomes something that's nourishing and relaxing, not a stressful struggle. Now, you're looking at somebody who has had his share of stressful struggle, in his practice. So I just learned over years to make this into a reflex. I mean, I don't even think about it. As soon as anything is tricky, I immediately stop. There is an art to stopping, letting go, and seeing clearly what needs to happen. Very often what we call a mistake is really a best friend in disguise, coming to teach us. If you're enjoying this video so far, do me a huge favor and click the like button. Would you please share this video with your friends? And if you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. I know every YouTuber says these same things, but it really helps us out. So thank you for subscribing, thank you for liking, thank you for sharing. Let's get right back into the lesson. One more time. The slower you go, the quicker you'll get there. Feel that right there, that lift. Yeah. And now, like this. Now, we don't have to stay at super slow motion forever. What we're going to do now is we're going to put a little tempo to it. And the moment before you change, just lift up. Okay, hopefully you've programmed that light touch so deeply you don't even need to think about it. Ready? 1, 2, 2 beats per chord. 1, 2, lift. 1, lift. Lift. And then you would go to the next chord. Now I'm going to teach more about this solo in the bonus content this month on Patreon. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift. You're doing it. I see you out there now. Last thing, bonus, extra credit. You ready? We're going to sing, My Darling. And the key is, this is not easy at first, is to get the hand so comfortable with the motions that you're not even thinking about it. You're just focusing on your voice, your breath being supported and being stable. One more time. 1, 2, breathe in. My darling. You may have to hang with this a little longer until it's so natural that you don't have to think about it. So there you have it, a gorgeous chord progression and a couple of clues on how to make your practice more relaxing, more meditative. If you're enjoying what you see here, I put out videos each and every week, so please click subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and I hope music is making your day wonderful today. Thanks so much. I'll see you soon.